the Macho Man Randy Savage. You know, Macho Man was one of the greatest of all time. And just listen to that interview with Macho, you know, it just puts it in perspective. My voice don't sound good, but, you know, it puts it in perspective, you know, that Macho Man, you know, he loved people, he loved wrestling, he loved entertainment, and he loved the kids the most. And just listen to that interview. Puts it in perspective. You know, even Hulk Hogan won on, you know, with Landsberg, Michael Landsberg. You know, it just puts in perspective to, you know, that these people were big parts of our lives. Sorry about that, folks. But, you know, it puts in perspective. You know, that's why we love pro wrestling. When you look at it 2016 to 2017, for October 30th, 2016, this is Mark Spencer once again for This Week in Pro Wrestling. WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground, they've all been good. And the Cruiserweight division, it's come back in 2016. It's been away for about, 7, 8 years? From 2008 to now. It's good to see it back. The WWE bringing that back, showing it on WWE Network, was really, really good. Really crafted, brought some new talent in, some talent I know that are really, really good. And it's a Cruiserweight division that I saw in WCW that made it so fun to watch. The Mexican style of wrestling, Japanese style of wrestling, the European style of wrestling, African style of wrestling, every type of wrestling. It's just special. And that's what made it so great. You know, and we take it for granted. But the Cruiserweight division's still sweet. Just like the X division in TNA. Extreme, fun, lots of entertainment. The smallest guys, medium-sized guys, going at full tilt. Same thing with the Cruiserweight division. And in Lucha Underground, they have this thing called the Temple. It's crazy. But these are some of the best luchadors on the planet. And then in Lucha Libre, worldwide, they have something like that, but even better. But it's sweet. You know, it's pro wrestling to the next level. And then Ring of Honor, you got New Japan coming in. You have some of the best wrestlers on the planet coming in from Japan and some in Ring of Honor. Lots of great talent like Jay Lethal. I was listening to an interview with Jay. He says he loves being in Ring of Honor. Maybe one day he'll be in WWE. But right now, he is the champion of Ring of Honor, and I think that's a good place for him as his career progresses. When he wrestled Ric Flair in TNA, that was a sign that he's going to be a great one. You watch. Just like The Rock would say, to all my jabronis out there, I am the great one. And that's right. And he is the great one. The Rock. The people's champ. You know, that's what I like about the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro in TNA. He just has that persona, like The Rock. Similar to The Rock. He has that same persona. And that's what I like about Jay Lethal. Like Ric Flair before him, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Hey, and I hear a rumor, Shawn Michaels, AJ Styles at Royal Rumble 2017. I think that would be the best ticket in town. Make sure you subscribe to your WWE Network. I'm still all about pay-per-view, but the WWE Network, subscribe to that, man. There's no doubt. That's going to be a good pay-per-view. Royal Rumble 2017, we might see Eric Young and Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode is doing pretty good in next. He's come in. He's shown what he's did in TNA for many years. The former world champ for a year. The longest reigning champion in TNA history. Goes into WWE next. And he's just going to continue some of that great magic. He reminds you of Bret Hart and Triple H in the same wrestler. He's really talented, man. Bobby is Canadian born from Ontario, from Toronto. And for them to have next in Toronto is huge. And the fans there will be harsh treating on Bobby. You know, taking on this young Mexican wrestler, something dose. I was just listening to an interview with Austin and a few of the boys. And there's no doubt in my mind that Bobby Roode, Eric Young, like I say, Team Canada, get ready, WWE fans. You haven't seen nothing yet. It's just getting good. Oh, and more rumors with TNA and WWE. It looks like the TNA saga is going to come to an end. It looks like the Fight Network are going to have control and interest in TNA going forward, along with Dixie Carter and Billy Corgan. The court thing is about to end real soon here, but from what I'm hearing from reliable sources, the end of the day, Fight Network, Billy Corgan, and Dixie Carter will run the show for the next few years, and we'll see what happens after that. Billy Corgan will get back his money. I don't know if he'll get all of it back. I think he'll get back, $1 million or something like that. So Dixie will get back some money. She'll have to give back Billy some money. But I think they'll work together, and that's the key for TNA going forward. WWE news note, they were interested in buying the library for TNA. Didn't happen. I'm so glad it didn't. I'm so glad they didn't buy TNA. They were close, and I'm glad they pulled out. Fight Network's crew, they came in and saved the day. I'm just glad. And I hear rumors that WWE could be up for sale before the end of the year. Vince McMahon is really thinking about it. Some of the people inside the organization, you talk to Triple H, you talk to Kevin Dunn, it looks like it's official. And don't be surprised, like my prediction will come true. The WWE will be sold to this Chinese outfit out in China. They need to get their footprint in China. And them signing those Chinese wrestlers recently, I can tell you right now, from what I'm hearing, the WWE will be owned by that Chinese group that's worth billions of dollars. Their assets is, I think, $500 billion in terms of assets. So one of their biggest assets will be the WWE. That would be a huge, huge acquisition by this group in China. This is like the UFC with the other group. This group owns a few soccer teams out in Europe, Valencia and a few other teams. So now they'll have another thing they can add to their list. So we will see maybe a WrestleMania in Beijing in a few years. So get ready, folks. The news keeps trickling in. Tonight's Hell in the Cell, and tomorrow's Halloween. How was that? Is that sweet, folks? Halloween. It's one of the good nights of the year. We can say, whoa, it's sweet. So, Mark Spencer signing out for This Week in Pro Wrestling for October 3rd, 2016. It's good to be back talking some pro wrestling, folks. Something that is being a big part of my life. Most of it. I've been watching wrestling for 27 years. Heck, I'm 34. Most of my life I've been watching this sport. I still love it. And heck, if I would have won the lotto, I would have been the new owner or part owner of TNA. And that's something I would have took some of my proceeds and I would have definitely purchased part of TNA. And we would brought back pay-per-views, more TV tapings from all over North America and the rest of the world. Europe, we do tapings everywhere. We would have took it to the next level. This hopefully Fight Network's crew and Billy, and Dixie can work out something. They can do more shows on the road, maybe Madison Square Gardens, Toronto, the Air Canada Center, here in Vancouver, British Columbia, hopefully in Abbotsford or at Rogers Arena. I'd love to see a show there. The TNA fans would be awesome. I think they're going to do a show in Las Vegas, Los Angeles, especially with the new ownership from Canada. So they have some buildings out there. So expect the unexpected in 2017 with TNA. I'm not ruling out Spike TV, and I'm not ruling out Turner. Turner might get into pro wrestling again. They got new ownership, and the ownership is AT&T. And when it's rubber stamped and approved, expect some changes in pro wrestling. Some other news I've been hearing, you've seen this one guy comes on, he says, oh, so. I can confirm that report that Fox Sports 1 sometime next year will debut Jeff Jarrett's Global Force Wrestling. I don't know if it'll be a reality thing at first, but don't be surprised to see CM Punk, Jeff Jarrett, maybe team up together with this Global Force Wrestling and give it the push it needs. Watch for Kurt Angle. If he doesn't join WWE next year, Royal Rumble, he maybe joins Global Force Wrestling too, or he comes back to TNA. I could see him joining Global Force Wrestling, and I'm hearing Hogan and his kids and DDP's daughter and Brooke, they're all starting up their new wrestling league. I don't know how good this is going to be. We'll just have to see. The news keeps trickling, but anything's possible in pro wrestling. But watch for Spike TV. That's the network you got to watch out for. Ring of Honor. I have a feeling now, the way Spike's going with their combat sports, that they might be in some talks with Jeff Goff of Ring of Honor to maybe finally in 2017 debut some pro wrestling once again. Ring of Honor. So we'll see what happens, folks. Thanks for watching. This is the one, the only Mark Spencer saying so long and bye-bye.